So let's talk a second about this Auquadots stuff, right? And there's this really popular kids toy, children's toy, whatever you want to call it, and it's called Auquadots, and it looks like little plastic colored dots, and then when you wet them and you stick them together, they stick, so you can make like patterns and things. And they have been advertising these things since at least late spring, because I was seeing the commercials all summer long for these Auquadots things. And you could get them anywhere. You could get them at like AC Moore and Walmart, and I mean any kind of toy store pretty much that you can think of had Auquadots. And they were selling them on TV, you know. And I was thinking, oh, that looks pretty cool, that looks, pretty fun. And I can't even tell you how many times I was like this close to buying those, because, I got a daughter, and she is very creative, and she likes doing like artistic and craft type things. So I'm thinking, wow, what a great, thing. I could play with it with her, right? And last month I had the money in my pocket, in my hand, in my purse, so many times, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get the Auquadots today. And then each time that I was gonna go and buy them, for some reason I would change my mind, and I was like, well, I don't know, maybe not today. Maybe not right now. Maybe in a little bit. Like, it's kind of busy right now, and actually it wasn't. And I was like, well, I'll just come back when there's just really nobody here or something. And then I was like, well, maybe I could spend my money on something else, or maybe I should buy something else for the family or something. But then I would go home and I'd start thinking again and be like, no, I'm gonna go get those. I'm gonna get those tomorrow. I'm gonna get those tomorrow. So there was like this week where I was like working like every day, and every time I'm gonna go and get them, and like I had ample time, ample everything, I had the money, everything, and then my cell phone would ring, or there would just be the lines of people, because I'm sorry, I just don't wait in line. No, I shop when there's no one there. I don't shop when there's long lines, because I just don't wait in lines. Or somebody would come up and talk to me. They'd be like, hey, Candace, how you doing, da da da, and then they'd just start a conversation with me and get me going on something or whatever, and so I wasn't buying them, right? And then every day, I'd be like, okay, well, I'll just get them tomorrow, or I'll just come get them later, or whatever, something like that, or next week, and on the way home, I'm like, oh, why didn't I get them? Why didn't I get them? I'm such a bad mother. I'm such a terrible mother. I keep telling my kid I'm going to get her this stuff, I'm going to get her this toy, and I don't even get it for her. Like, I'm such a bad mother. I'm such a bad mother. So then next thing you know, I ran out of money, and it was like, oh, well, next time I get some money, I'll get it, or I'll get it for Christmas or something. And these Auquadots were like the #1 toy of Australia, and they had awards and everything all over the world, like internationally and stuff, right? So the other week, I'm watching TV, and then this breaking news occurs, and they're saying that this kid consumed a piece of the Auquadots thing, and then he started acting like he was drunk, and then he started to go like limp and everything, and then they took him to the hospital emergency room because they just couldn't do anything about it. And they didn't even at first know, everybody didn't necessarily know that he ate the Auquadot. And then they were like, well, was he drinking? Was he drunk? Or they're like, come on, we're not going to give our kid alcohol. And then they found out that when people ingested the Auquadot, that it turned in, that the chemistry thing going on in your stomach with your digestive juices caused it to create the date rape drug. Oh my god! Oh my god, I was so totally blown away. So, I guess I'm not a bad mom after all. I guess there was like this divine intervention thing going on. And I'm so glad I didn't buy them. I mean, for crying out loud, it's a toy for children. Like little kids and stuff, and they're gonna be spraying water on it, and it's not, they made it sound like it's safe. If they're spraying water on it and they're getting it on their hands, they could get it in their mouth. I mean, how safe is that? Not. And then next thing you know, it's all being recalled and stuff, and if you don't know anything about this, I want to know why, because if you know kids or you know people who have them, I mean, it's like they don't even talk about it on the news anymore about it's the date, it's got the date rape, or it causes the date rape drug effect and so on, because it's got the date rape drug in it. Nobody talks about that anymore because they don't want like perverts to go and like find it on the black market and then start, I don't know, doing naughty things to people. Just messed up. Messed up. But it's not messed up because not because I didn't buy it. I did not buy Auquadots. Don't worry, we'll get something better, right? Right?